Sky 5 giving us a live look over the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, where there is a push to bring racing back to this historic track. After last weekend's Music City Showdown packed the stands, NASCAR leaders say they would be more than happy to return to one of the sport's oldest tracks.
News Channel 5 investigative reporter Levi Ismail is following the latest on the future of this track and what some hope NASCAR might be able to bring to Nashville, right?
Yeah, the Music City Showdown brought fans from all over the country, but as some reminisced about this track's past, others can't help but worry about its future. There's always talk about what it would look like for NASCAR to return to Nashville and transform one of the sport's oldest tracks. Now, this isn't exactly NASCAR, but it's probably the closest this Fairgrounds Speedway has been in decades. The Cars Tour had all the makings of a major NASCAR event, just without most of the big names you've seen on TV. More on that in a second. Otherwise, everything else,
pretty much the same.
You've got families passing down memories like tradition at this point.
You know, my grandpa came here when he was a kid.
And those who don't even second guess traveling 8 hours from, where was it again?
Roxborough, North Carolina.
Just to follow a driver that at this point feels more like family.
You can pull for different cars, but still at the end of the day, we're all a family together.
Let's not forget, it's not every day we see a packed house, much less a sold-out crowd.
But like if NASCAR actually come here, I mean, you could probably double this crowd right tonight.
Turns out NASCAR was not only watching, they were impressed.
We'd love to go there, but was glad to see the Cars Tour go. Great crowd, which was awesome. Yeah. So hopefully that maybe builds a little bit more momentum.
Setting the pace for some of that momentum is one of the sport's most influential drivers.
I mean, I'd love for this place to stick around in any shape or form.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. told us that he always rested easy knowing Nashville's charter protected racing at the track that's meant so much to his career. But in the past couple of years, conversations around this city-owned track have veered in a much different direction.
I know there's some movement to try to make a change there. That's quite scary.
Neighborhood groups have rallied around challenging the city's charter, saying while they're not against racing as it is, they'd rather the entire city vote on if we should consider replacing this track with something more neighborhood friendly.
It's kind of sad. Yeah.
I don't like it a bit. If they don't know the history of the track, they don't know the history of the sport, they shouldn't be making those decisions, in my opinion.
Recent polls of likely Nashville voters have zigzagged back and forth over support for the track, with some race fans saying, if you don't know why this place is so important, make a pit stop and find out for yourself.
Please try to preserve the racetrack.
It's an old track. It's been here forever. It's part of Nashville. It should stay Nashville.
But arguably one of the biggest challenges comes from what some people thought was one of the track's biggest supporters.
I am painfully aware that trust is in short supply.
Some say Nashville SC owner John Ingram drifted from his promise to be a good partner of racing to later say that adding more seats on this grandstand would be, quote, a recipe for disaster.
You know, they built the soccer stadium and really right on top of the racetrack, right? Didn't allow for a lot of movement and a lot of things going on. That was the first kind of red flag.
Any other time, a red flag would mean stop everything, but not now and not here.
It does need some paint, needs some fixing up.
Plans to modernize this space with NASCAR's help and match the seating at Geodis Park still have a chance of gaining traction at City Hall. Sure, one day it could mean louder cars, bigger crowds, and tougher parking, but Earnhardt Jr. says with or without NASCAR's boost, things like a sound barrier could go a long way for the people who live nearby and the fans who've made this place home.
For me, it's not necessarily NASCAR or bust, you know. We have to make sure, regardless of what goes on, that this racetrack survives. But I think there's some middle ground there that everybody could come to terms with.
Now, a hearing is scheduled for next week where if the courts agree to allow a neighborhood referendum to move forward, these groups will have to gather as many as 50,000 signatures to put this track on a ballot by November. We'll, of course, have updates as they become available. With News Channel 5 Investigates, I'm Levi Ismail.